RNC Chair Michael Whatley was there, said a few words, too, in front of a very enthusiastic crowd. Great to see you, Michael. Again, congratulations on the remarkable victory. And it was too big to rig. Even if there was something going on, you guys made sure with a team of lawyers that it was on the up and up. So the country needed that, let alone Donald Trump. We have a lot to go over. First off, on the Panama Canal. What bothers the president about the Panama Canal that he feels as though we're being ripped off?
Well, he feels right now that America is not being treated fairly. And when you think about the conversations we've had with Canada, Mexico, and everybody else, there is a very common theme. America is going to be treated fairly, or we are going to have conversations with countries all around the world. With Mexico and Canada, they've already started making changes. We want fair trade. We want strong borders, right, and we want America to be recognized as the leader that we are around the free world, and we're going to be treated fairly. I
just saw, too, just doing some research, Panama says the water's low, so we got to charge. We have less ships going through, so we got to charge you more. So the prices are up by the billions, and they're up 15% overall, and that's what the president's talking about. There's also rumors that China's getting a special deal. I'm sure we're about to get to the bottom of that. Why is he interested in Greenland?
Well, I think from a national security perspective, as he said, certainly a place that is very rich in minerals and, is geopolitically important for him. And it's a conversation that we want to have with Denmark about being able to use the resources up there.
Yeah, it's going to cost about $1.5 trillion, but it probably will pay off. Next, about Musk and President Trump. Do you think that last week was as smooth as it could have been, with Musk tweeting out early, blow up the deal at 4:15 in the morning, and then Trump coming in 12 hours later and said, I can't sign off on this. It's 1,500 pages and will cost us billions?
What I will say is this, that Elon Musk has been a tremendous, tremendous ally to President Trump. I have spent a lot of time with both of those men. They both love America. They are both very, very smart, and they both understand how to move the levers and how to move people in order to get what they need to get done. The conversation that we're having right now with Congress, with the American people, is tremendously important. And Elon Musk knows better than anyone, how to use social media as a platform, and nobody does it better than Donald Trump. So the relationship that those two men have is extremely important. I think it's a special relationship, and we're very fortunate to have Elon Musk as an advisor right now.
Does the president still believe that Speaker Johnson should be Speaker Johnson?
Last conversation I had with him, we feel very good about where Speaker Johnson is. Look, we want Speaker Johnson to succeed. We want the Republicans in Congress to succeed. We need the Republicans in the Senate to succeed. This is an American agenda. It's not a Republican agenda. It's not just a Trump agenda. Right. It's an American agenda. We want strong southern borders. We want a restored economy. We want safe communities. And we're going to need to work with both the House and the Senate to be able to get that done.
We'll see if Republicans can stay with Speaker Johnson. Remember the last time when they tried to do a change, it didn't work out well for the country. Michael Whatley, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.